Thank you. How many people here have grandchildren? Yeah, I figured a few of you did, yeah. What I hope to do actually is just clear some memories of younger grandkids. I hope some of them are still younger. I know there might be a few older ones, but think about your grandkids as I talk about mine. The day Liam was born, he's going to be 9 this year, but the day he was born, I walked into the hospital. It was very important to me to see him on the day he was born. And I walked into his hospital room there, and I picked him up, and I sang happy birthday to him. It's the only day that it really counts to me. The rest of them are just celebrations of your birthday. There was 20 people in the room. I was the only one that sang. So that makes it even more special for me. As he got a little older, he started talking. My name was Fifi. I have no idea where that came from, but that was my name. And about a year and a half later, it was gone. And there was no more Fifi. I tell him that now, and he laughs at me, but I sincerely felt a connection there with him by him calling me Fifi. So that to me was really something. Around the same time, I don't know how many of you folks have played this game, but I played it as a kid, where you take all the cushions off the sofa or Chesterfield, whatever you want to call it, and you got to walk on the cushions. And the rest is all water, and there's sharks that live in that water. And anyway, I asked Liam what he was doing, and he told me he was playing this game. And I thought, wow, I played that as a kid. That's pretty neat. So he says to me, Grandpa, your foot's on the floor. The shark's going to eat your foot. I go, okay. Well, I took my foot off the floor. A few minutes later, I seen him off the cushions, on his hands and knees, and it looked like he was eating like a bowl of dog food or something. And I said, Liam, what are you doing? He says, well, I'm tired of playing this game. He says, so I'm eating the shark. Pretty smart kid. That's really good, yeah. As Liam got a bit older, he had to go to junior kindergarten. He's not much of a talker. He can talk, and he's very, very intelligent that way. He just chooses not to talk. So my daughter, she took him to junior kindergarten, and she said to the teacher, he most likely won't talk to you. And she said, oh, I've heard that before. She says, give me a week, he'll be talking. Anyway, about the first or second day at school, he made friends with this little boy named Todd. One day, Todd said, you can talk? And Liam said, well, of course I can talk. And he says, well, you haven't talked up until now. He says, well, he didn't have anything to say. This was March. That was the first time he said anything in class. So one day, him and I, he really likes playing with Thomas the Tank Engine, his wooden train set. And so one day, him and I were playing. Well, we were going to play, and he came up to me and he said, here, Grandpa, and he handed me a piece of track and one engine. He had the other 300 or 400 pieces. That was all I got to play with. Anyway, I went home and I said to my wife, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy some of that Thomas the Tank Engine track, and I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to give him one piece and one engine. Anyway, he came over, he said, wow, Grandpa, he said, I don't have all these pieces, this is really cool. He played with the whole set. I couldn't. I couldn't just give him one piece. But anyway, as we got to playing that day, I'll never forget this, he's like, come on, Grandpa, you got to finish building over there. He says, my train's coming, you got to build. He says, there's nowhere for my train to go. Hurry, Grandpa, hurry. And he's going, yes, I'm trying to find the pieces I need to connect the track. And all of a sudden, he turned and went in another direction. He looked at me, he goes, I fooled you, Grandpa. So yeah, he does like to talk, but just try and get him to. Anyway, he has a sister. Her name is Madison. I'm just going to talk quickly about her. On the day she was born, again, it was very important to me to get there. She was born, I didn't get there till about 11:45 that night. She arrived late, and the security guard wasn't going to let me in, but I finally talked my way in, and I got there in time to sing happy birthday to her too. So I was really happy about that. Everybody here know what Shopkins is? Little toy dolls they play with? Well, apparently, after you set them up, you can't have earthquakes or anything like that, because that's not how you play with Shopkins, you know. So we started playing with Barbies, and, well, the cars don't really crash and stuff like that. So Grandpa's not very good at playing with dolls, apparently, but I do try. Anyway, because her brother goes to school, she was looking very much forward to going to school. till about 3 days in, and she'd had enough. She wasn't going back. She even had her finger up, I'm not going back. Anyway, as school progressed, she came home one day with a story to tell her mother about some girls cutting their hair in class with the scissors. Yeah, and the teacher knew that she was one of them because she's the only one in class with red hair. So, one day she phoned me, and she was crying hysterically into the phone, and I'm trying to understand what it is she's saying to me. I'm like, Madison, calm down. What's the matter? And she said, Grandpa, I'm dying and nobody cares. I said, what do you mean you're dying and nobody cares? I'm trying not to laugh. And she starts freaking out again, you know, and I said, Madison, slow down. What's the matter? She said, Grandpa, the skin is peeling off my feet. I'm dying and nobody cares. Just this past year, she's 6 right now. This year she'll be 7. But her goldfish died, and my daughter sent me a tape off of her phone. And Madison was holding the goldfish, the dead goldfish, in a cup, and she said a little prayer over the goldfish, hoping that it made a lot of friends in the sewer when it got there, and poured it into the toilet and flushed. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Just keep in mind, your grandkids are only young once. Get on the ground, play with them, have fun with them. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.